Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please? We are urgently issuing a butthurt alert as the haters continue to hate and cope about Tesla's massive launch of their Robotaxi service in California, an area encapsulating millions of potential passengers. Now, they say you can't judge a book by its cover, but you can psychoanalyze somebody by their relentless hate and attacks on Elon and or Tesla. No matter what they do, Tesla bad, Elon bad, Tesla lying, Elon lying, fraud, bad. P.S. Tesla investors are deluded. I just thought I'd share this wonderfully unbiased article after Tesla began operating their robotaxis and utterly engulfing the entire Waymo service area in California. Tesla's robotaxis are officially powered by human drivers as it launches ride-hailing in Bay Area. And the first sentence, Tesla's robotaxi is now blatantly operated by human drivers as the automaker launches a ride-hailing service in the Bay Area through its Robotaxi app. It continues, note the repeated use of the quotation marks there. When Tesla launched its Robotaxi service in Austin, we noted how it was just for optics, and the fact it still uses a safety monitor in the front passenger seat makes it a supervised system, and therefore not a level 4 autonomous driving system. AKA, it doesn't count because somebody's watching the vehicle do all the fucking driving on its own without intervening, you retard. My goodness. It's basically Tesla's consumer supervised full self-driving, but with the supervisor moved from the driver's seat to the front passenger seat. Oh, shit. Now, please, cope harder. This is really embarrassing and it's hard to read, but it's also very amusing. The mental gymnastics that these very, very happy, totally not self-hating, totally not severely depressed haters are performing right now to avoid admitting that Tesla's done something remarkable with their generalized solution for autonomy and are currently scaling rapidly is truly remarkable. Of course, the counter argument from the folks over at Electric would be, well, shut up, you're an Elon D rider, bro. Stop living in denial. There's a supervisor, therefore it doesn't count. But I can just see where this is going though, right? It's basically Tesla's consumer FSD, but with the supervisor moved from the driver's seat to the front passenger seat. You know what the next step's going to be, right? They'll then remove the supervisors from the vehicles entirely when Tesla's comfortable. And then the next article will be, it's basically Tesla's supervised FSD, but with the supervisor removed from the vehicle now and someone in Tesla headquarters available just in case the shit hits the fan. So they're still technically supervising, but totally remotely now. So it still doesn't even count as robotaxis. And the fact that they're now operating in like 27 states, it still doesn't count because the supervisor's not in the vehicle, but Elon bad. This is truly remarkable. The cope is just next level. The reason Tesla was able to do that, by the way, I'm just going to jump in. The reason Tesla was able to have somebody in the passenger seat as opposed to the driver's seat is because they're confident enough in the capability of the software that they're not going to have crashes constantly. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done it. You better believe it. The folks over at Electric are going to have 27 consecutive orgasms the first times there's an actual collision involving a Tesla robotaxi operating autonomously anywhere. Trust me. So check this out. The reason Tesla was able to do this is not because their software is so safe and they're so confident in its capabilities that they don't need somebody there ready to grab the wheel or slam the brakes on at a moment's notice. No, the actual reason is that Texas law allows it. Wait for it. And it looks better for them. Having a driver in the passenger seat is essentially the message here. It's much better to have them in the passenger seat than in the driver's seat. So let's just review this. The reason Tesla was able to have somebody not in the driver's seat isn't because the software is capable and they're confident in its capability. No, the reason is because Texas is a shithole state with very relaxed, dangerous laws, obviously. If you read between the lines, that seems to be the message here. And also, Tesla just wanted to look good and trick dumbass Tesla investors in particular into thinking that their software is capable of driving people safely from point A to point B without the need for somebody constantly with their hands at the wheel, foot over the pedal, ready to slam on the brakes or jerk the wheel if needed. Yes, that's right. The software isn't actually doing what you're seeing it do. Tesla just did this to fool people into thinking that it's doing what it's doing. P.S. Elon bad. It continues. Instead, the safety monitor has access to a kill switch that can stop the car, something Tesla is not publicizing yet. Now, this may be true, by the way. It'll be a good idea initially. How many videos have we captured of the Tesla robotaxis having their kill switch operated? If indeed this exists, which, by the way, it probably should, at least initially. Truly remarkable cope here. Over the last few weeks, Tesla's been teasing the expansion of its robotaxi in California despite not having secured any of the permits required for an automated driving system in the state. By the way, as I mentioned, the chicken and egg scenario here, you know how Tesla's going to get permission to operate entirely autonomously without a supervisor in the vehicle anywhere. It's to dump a mountain of data on the desk of regulators saying, hey, motherfucker, look how safe our vehicles have been operating with somebody sitting in the driver's seat doing literally fuck all and zero interventions. Look how many thousands, tens of thousands of miles of drives we have without an intervention. Could you please allow us now to remove this person from the driver's seat who's done absolutely nothing the entire time they've been sitting there? Thank you very much. Back to the article. Now, Tesla has expanded its service area in the Robotaxi app to the Bay Area, but even though it's in the Robotaxi app, it is only calling it a ride-hailing service because there's a driver in the driver's seat of each car. Oh, here we go. He's going to talk about me and or us right now. Tesla fans, who are all obviously extremely deluded, applauded the automaker for covering such a large part of the Bay Area, bigger than Waymo's coverage of the region. But to be clear, Tesla's service right now is not comparable to Waymo in the Bay Area. It's only equivalent to Uber. Now, if we were to see video after video after video after video of people taking a ride in Tesla's service in California, and we discover that the Tesla employee sitting in the front seat is actually doing all the driving, or the vast majority, then yeah, this would be a fair point. But thus far, I've yet to see a single instance of this. And there are plenty of videos already being posted online. Watch them all on X. Again, the level of cope here is truly embarrassing. It is okay to acknowledge that despite the fact that Tesla currently has somebody sitting in the driver's seat, they're not actually doing anything, therefore demonstrating the capability of the underlying software, which is doing all the heavy lifting. But that would be an admission that Tesla's actually developed a generalized solution to autonomy. That would be an admission that Tesla's done what they said they were going to do. That would be an admission that railing against Tesla, suggesting that they would never solve autonomy without LiDAR and GADAR and every other sensor on the planet and blah, 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 just wasn't true. That would be too painful for somebody that lacks the ability to look inward. And of course, if your entire identity is tied directly to Elon bad, and then you discover that, well, actually, when he warned everyone LiDAR, bad idea, and Tesla is developing a general solution to autonomy, and we're going to do it, and then they did it, you've almost to admit that, oh, maybe this guy wasn't lying to people. Maybe he did actually believe when he said he would do what they've now done. If your entire identity is wrapped up in hating Elon, it might be a little bit too hard to accept this. Too hard of a pill to swallow, which is quite a lot. Maybe a little bit too much for some folks to handle. So better to cope and just claim that what Tesla's doing in California right now is equivalent to Uber. And the fact that in Austin they only have somebody in the passenger seat is simply for optics, and because Texas allows that kind of craziness, not because the software's capable and doesn't need somebody hovering over the wheel and pedals. In fact, it's the exact same service as an Uber driver who owns a Tesla with supervised FSD in the Bay Area. By the way, I just have to go back to something that I kind of glossed over before, which is, of course, the tacit admission of severe brain damage via outsourcing one's thinking. I've talked before about the levels to autonomy, which tend to mislead people that have small brains and or a very big hate for Tesla and or Elon. What these really mean are who is liable in the event of an accident. Somebody with a brain would watch what the actual software is doing itself and its capabilities by watching the software operate. Somebody without a brain, instead of actually watching with their own eyes and believing their own eyes and watching what the software is doing, instead will say, well, hang on,
what level of autonomy are they currently operating based on who's responsible in the event of a collision? Oh, the number on Tesla's lower than the number on Waymo? Oh, okay, well, obviously Waymo's better.
To drive this point home, just contemplate for a moment what happens the day that Tesla decides that they're comfortable to remove the monitor from the passenger seat or the driver's seat in California. What happens then? Same software as it was yesterday, same capability as it has yesterday, but now suddenly, by definition, it had leapfrogged to a level 4 autonomous driving system. Then what?
Oh my God, it's now level 4. Oh my God. How did they leapfrog from level 2 to level 4 overnight? How did that happen? Oh my God.
So I wanted to skip ahead because all the stuff that we just read, and I've skipped over a bunch as well, that was allegedly just the facts. But now let's read Electric's take. This is so blatantly misleading. Wait, are they talking about the article or what they reported on? Tesla is trying to make the public think it is a leader in autonomous driving by launching its Robotaxi service in cities while being powered by human drivers. Oh, man. I do hope that the author of that article does get the psychological help that he, she, zing, zong, they, them, etc. I'm not really sure. Who knows these days? Desperately needs. I saw this on X from Tesla owner Silicon Valley reposting one of those authors' posts, who said, Fred, aka the author of that article, is dedicating his whole life to crapping on Tesla because his work is trash. So let's see. This is referencing a post from the author of that article, who was referring to Alexandra, aka Tesla Boomer Mama, claiming that, quote, this woman is dedicating her life to giving more money to the world's richest man. Jeez, I'll tell you what, if Fred was in the US, no prizes for guessing who he would have voted for in the last US presidential election, and ignoring all his obvious red flags. She feels stuck in her limited options to give Elon more shares of Tesla. Mental illness takes many forms, says the pot. Oh, shit. Now, look, I don't want to kick a retard when they're down. I really do hope that Fred gets the help that he obviously needs. Dude is not okay. Clearly not a happy camper. People who are content, happy, and fulfilled in their lives do not spend their entire waking existence hating on something, trashing a company, bending over backwards to make something negative out of anything positive whatsoever to do with the company. I wonder what these red flags that Frederick refers to might be. Being honest to a fault, being an unbelievably hard worker, willing to endure endless pain and suffering in the pursuit of his extremely important, high-level, mission-focused goals, trying to make the world a better place, disrupting and transforming multiple industries simultaneously, almost single-handedly or single-appendagely trying to repopulate the planet, reverse population decline, dropping $44 billion to save free speech. What are these red flags? Being a little too optimistic on occasion, inspiring the world's best and brightest talent across multiple companies to do incredible, impossible things. In fact, inspiring, no doubt, millions of people around the world, actually, not just employees. Funding multiple X prizes for improvement, various things. If you don't know, well, too bad. What are these red flags? I mean, the guy's literally said on the record before that he thought the price of Tesla stock was too high. By the way, on a serious note, if anyone happens to know Fred, I do mean this seriously, just maybe a welfare check. I don't think he's okay. It seems to be a downward spiral. I don't know where it ends, but I think he needs some help. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, plus has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs.